Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm back with another video. This one's going to be more of a serious video. I just wanted to get on here and kind of relay a message. Today I'm going to be talking about managing your mental health as a student athlete, but more important, just like as an individual in college, as a freshman in college. And yeah, let's get right into the video. Okay, so many freshmen and freshman student athletes, myself included, I won't speak for everyone, but a lot of people I know sometimes struggle a little bit when going to college for the first time, especially being a student athlete or just being a freshman in college. And so the purpose of this video today is just kind of going to be able to help you to be able to manage that stress, anxiety, whatever it may be, just a little bit better, so that you're more in control of your actions, your emotions, your body, because I've gone through some stuff and I just figured I might as well share it with you guys as well, and just what I do to calm my nerves and just make myself feel better as I go about my week. So let's get right into the video. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to be discussing when it comes to mental health is just dealing with negative emotions and negative thoughts. So as a student athlete especially, you might have thoughts such as, what if I underperform at practice today? What if I underperform at a game? What if I don't do this? What if I fail a test? What if? And the key statement I want you guys to take away from that is, what if? And I myself used to be a very negative thinker, and I still do sometimes. I'll just cloud my mind with these thoughts of bad things that happen. And obviously the cliche answer to this, and what a lot of people say is, well, just think positive, but it's a little bit more complicated than that. And so the first thing that I encourage you guys to do when you have these thoughts is seriously plan out and think in your head the actions that you've done that have led you up to thinking just whatever you're thinking, whatever negative thought it is. So for me, I'm a track and field athlete. I'm not in season right now, but I'm thinking, what if I don't jump my PR, or what if I don't jump past my PR this year? What if I don't do good in practice? And I'll take a moment and I'll really think of every action I've done to get me to this point. The work I've put in, and this is all obviously athletically speaking and hard work right now, but this can be applied for anything academically as well. But the work I've put in to get me to that point, the countless hours spent by myself, and as you realize and as you think out all of the good things that you've done that have led you up to even being able to think about something negative like that, you'll see how far you've come and how many ups and downs in the past you've gone through. So that will help you feel better as well. And then the second thing I encourage you guys to do when you guys have negative thoughts like that is just control what you can control leading up to that point in time. So if it's a game on Friday, or if it's a practice tomorrow or something like that, whether it's short-term or long-term, do what you can control, because action cancels out fear and anxiety. And I'm a firm believer in that. So for example, let's go on the student side. If I'm a student and I have a test on Friday and I'm really worried about this test, obviously once again the cliche answer is to study. But I encourage you guys to break out whatever negative thought you have into pieces on your calendar. So for example, if I have a test on Friday or a game on Friday and I'm really nervous about this, and it's Monday right now, what am I going to do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to adequately prepare myself for this event? And as you commit to something, and as you commit yourself to something, as you involve yourself in something positive to cancel out the negative, your mind will kind of rework and all that anxiety will go away. And so what I'm saying is not to just study for your test or practice more, but really just take small actions to cancel out the fear. So instead of just saying study for this test on Friday, I could say I might go and just work with some students in that class and just have educational talks with them for 30 minutes on Tuesday. And then I might read over my notes on Wednesday. So it's not just a very broad answer. And then for the athletic side of it, if I have a meet on Friday or a game on Friday, what am I going to do specifically at practice to make myself feel better? And you write these goals out and you write these little small little increments that you want to do, and it will genuinely make you feel better because you're getting little victories leading up to this big event. So I'm making myself feel better throughout the entire week with these little things. And then when the time comes where you have to perform, you go, wow, look at what I've done in the past week just leading up to this. And that will help you cancel out all just negative thoughts like that. Let's go on to the next topic. Okay, so the next thing that I want to talk about is anxiety. As a freshman collegiate student athlete or just a freshman in college, there can be a lot of moments where you have anxiety. The reason I separated anxiety and negative emotions and negative thinking is because I think anxiety is a more spur of the moment thing, whereas negative thoughts and thinking can arise from a lot of different just things that are happening in one's life. But anxiety is just more a spur of the moment thing, and it's different with some other things that I'm going to get into. But dealing with anxiety is a little bit different than dealing with negative thoughts, because I think anxiety is almost like your subconscious telling you, just at least for me, and sometimes when I worry, is my subconscious just likes to lie to me sometimes. And so I'll get worried that I'm not going to do good at a practice or something, and that I'm not going to get a good grade on this test. And yes, that sounds very similar to negative thinking. But where anxiety comes up for me is something super fast. Like it might be 4 o'clock and I practice at 4:15, and I just might get anxiety, or I have a lab, or I get just worked up over something. And so I was really worked up yesterday because of a situation that happened with track and field. And the situation, let's just say, didn't involve me at all, but I randomly just started getting worked up and trying to make it about me. So that was my subconscious just wanting to get worked up about something. And so it just started lying to me and saying, Max, you need to get worked up. And I let it. And so that's where anxiety is different than negative thoughts, is you should not give in to anxiety. And I let this anxiety control my emotions for the next like 12 hours. And I think I got that anxiety attack at like maybe 3. And then until like 10, I was just worked up constantly, and it was just not good. So when dealing with anxiety, this is different than dealing with negative emotions. When dealing with anxiety, I encourage you guys to try and find the truth in the statement. So this thing with this team, it didn't involve me at all. And I actually reached out to my parents to talk to them as well. This didn't involve me at all. And I called them and I was like, Mom, I'm just really worried about this. Like, I don't know. And she even stopped me and she goes, Max, you're just lying to yourself. Like, when did you say this was about you? Or why are you getting worked up about this? This isn't about you. And I realized, I was like, oh yeah, you're kind of right. And I know this isn't applicable to every situation, but I'm just trying to say anxiety most of the time is just random little things that your subconscious is trying to get you to just to worry about. And I'm telling you guys not to give into that. So this was a little bit more of a broad topic, but just really try and find the truth and the positives, and then action specifically when dealing with anxiety. Try and do things that make you feel better, and try and take action, and hopefully it will go away. Let's go to the next topic. Okay, so the next topic I want to talk about is stress. Obviously we've covered negative emotions, mindsets, and anxiety so far. Now we're going to talk about stress. Stress is something all student athletes experience, and I stand on that. Stress, once again, is different than anxiety and negative emotions, because stress is more of you getting worked up, whereas anxiety and negative emotions can cause that. Stress is just the pure factor of just you're worked up. And when it comes to stress, obviously the cliche answer is you need to relax yourself. But with stress can come up because of just numerous different things. You might have a super busy schedule as a student athlete, or just as a college student in general. You might have a packed class schedule. You might have 2 practices a day and then 3 classes a day. And that can just be a lot. And so what I encourage you guys to do when dealing with stress specifically is find little moments throughout the day to like 5 to 10 minutes, and I do this, is to truly just sit down and think about your day so far. And so an example of that is obviously I have 5 8 a.m.s, it's rough, but I have 8 a.m. I have an 8 a.m. on Wednesday, for example. And then right after that 8 a.m. class, I have a 9 a.m. And so once again, that's a great start to my day, but it's pretty rough sometimes, and I can get a little worked up. And then after that, I have like a 30-minute period before I go to another class. And so during that 30-minute period, I'll sit down in the cafeteria for 5 minutes, like literally no electronics or anything, and truly just recap what I've done in my day so far and what I plan to do in the future. And what I plan to do in the future is usually like kind of a positive mindset training. But that 5 minutes really allows my mind to kind of recuperate, memorize stuff that I've done in my past classes, maybe think of some key things that I've learned in each one of my classes. But more importantly, you're almost slowing your day down and letting your mind catch up. Whereas if you're just in go mode 24/7, and you don't take time for yourself to relax, especially your mind, because your mind controls your body, then you're gonna have just stress built on top of each other. But if you can find times in the day to truly just, I'm not even saying relax, but truly just get your mind right and relax your mind, your physical body will also benefit from that. So when dealing with stress, I just encourage you guys to plan stuff out and just take time, 5 to 10 minutes, and just relearn and recuperate what you did in that day, and that will help as well. Another thing that will help stress is literally just planning stuff out. I know this is a very broad answer, but once again, this is very applicable like to negative mindsets and stuff like that. Like, you just really have to train your mind to not think like that, and also just plan stuff out. So if you have a test on Friday and you're really stressed, plan out what you're gonna do. And I know that's a very cliche answer, but relaxing in action and planning stuff out and having a visible goal on what you're going to achieve really helps you manage that stress in a healthy way. Let's go to the last topic. Okay, so the last topic I wanted to talk about right now is the emotional highs, especially like the feel-good moments and stuff like that. So what I call an emotional high is, I'm a very energetic person. I know I seem calm right now. It's currently 8:06, but what I call emotional highs are when you feel like you're on top of the world. So you just aced a test, or you just had a great practice, and you're in a really good mood. And I encourage you guys, when you guys are in these moments, this is the opposite of everything else we've talked about. This is the good side of the mental health. But I encourage you guys to savor these moments, but more importantly, remember what those moments feel like. So you just aced a test, you just had a great day. Remember that, so that when you're in the valley, you know that you're gonna get out of it and you're gonna be able to climb the mountain again. An example of this, when I was a senior in high school, I was waitlisted from a couple colleges and I didn't have the offers that I wanted yet for my sport. And it was just really late and I needed to start making decisions fast. And I was in that valley and I was just really upset, and I let everything kind of get to me. And then over the summer, I climbed the mountain and hit an emotional high. And then I felt like I was on top of the world. I was so excited. And now I'm back in that valley again. But now that I've experienced that emotional high and just knowing like how good I felt over the summer, now that I'm in this valley again, kind of with school and all this stress and negative emotions, I know how to properly handle it. But I also know what's going to be over the horizon once I climb the mountain again. So when you have these feel-good moments, remember them and cherish them, so that you can remember them when you're feeling upset again, so that you know you're going to climb the fence eventually. I know I'm using a lot of analogies here, but just seriously, guys, with emotional highs and just feel-good moments, truly cherish them, because they're obviously a blessing, but just remember them because they will get you through the hard times. And I really encourage you guys to cherish those. All right, guys, so that was a little short video. I just wanted to make this video because I kind of was experiencing some of this stuff today, so I thought I might as well share it with you guys. But those were just some things that I do and some tips and tricks I wanted to share to you guys to help you just be a master of your own head. And yeah, there's highs and there's lows, and life is just about balance. And so you just gotta get through all of them. But if you're watching this, I appreciate you watching. I hope you are in more control of your mental health. And I'll see y'all in the next video. I know this was a serious video. I got some other really good entertaining ones planned out soon. So I'll see y'all in the next video. Subscribe, and thank you guys very much for watching. And yeah, see y'all in the next video.